Hello?
Hello.
Can you check on your phone? Can you hear it?
Well,
Can everybody hear? Since we have audio issues sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there it is. Okay. We got it.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah.
We're professionals.
All right.
Anyway, I guess in StreamYard I can't see who's in here and who's not and what's going on. That's okay. I don't need to know what's going on. Be the first time in my life.
We never
Shit.
know what's going on. You know what? Appropriate. The string yard is a duck because my ducks are not in the pond.
No?
No.
Hello, how are you doing?
Hello.
Hi.
I figured the only thing I ever do now is lives.
And that's sporadic at best.
I know. I'm good, thank you. Lauren, are you good?
No. I just told you my ducks aren't even in the pond.
You need to drink that Red Bull.
I have to make sure the
I'm
dog
good.
is relaxed.
You good?
Yep.
Yeah, all I ever do is lives now. I don't know. I have like dolls that I still need to introduce that nobody knows I have except me. I have photo shoots I need to do. I bought stuff. I've been buying stuff. But I just don't know.
I know they exist because I live here.
I don't know. I don't feel the same like draw to make videos anymore.
Yeah, I don't either.
And it sucks because I still love the dolls. I still love my doll collection. I still, Hello, Heather. How's it going?
Oops.
So, anyways, I'm still into it. I don't feel the need to share it anymore, I guess, or a lot of it's time as well, because the dogs take up a lot of my time. I know it sounds like two dogs wouldn't, but they're the whole day.
They are the whole day.
And I love it. Like, I wouldn't have it any other way. But it's in the back of my mind. I'm like, oh, I need to introduce that doll or just tell you the name of one that I got.
If we remember by the time you get to it.
But I just, I don't know. And I'm like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow never happens.
The sun will come out tomorrow. I'll introduce the
Right.
doll tomorrow.
So I will be. And then I feel bad, too, because, when there's a big break, I'm like, well, that looks bad. You know what I mean? But because I always come back and I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to focus on it this time. I'm not, y'all.
I've noticed he's really stopped saying that.
I need to stop saying that. Hello, gorgeous. It's my ADHD. All right? Everybody knows.
Athena almost typed in the chat.
You did?
Yeah, because she put her nose on my phone.
She's real good with the phone. She be doing all
Yes.
kinds of stuff with my phone.
She's trying to order from Chewy.com. If we have the warehouse around here somewhere.
She smells the chicken nuggets, the gluten-free chicken nuggets. What you eating, Teresa?
Food.
I had a chicken sandwich.
Yum.
Mm-hmm.
Where's all the kitties?
They're outside.
Mm.
Smokey's, I don't know. He's over on his perch.
Aw.
Waiting for his friend.
So yeah, I'll get around to those videos someday. Sorry.
It'll just be a whole week of here's this doll, this doll, this doll. See you in a year.
I think sorry, loud highway noise.
Yeah.
Sorry about your dick, bro. I always have to say that when there's a huge truck. My favorite is we're in the parking lot the other day, huge ass truck. That motherfucker couldn't park that truck to save his life. And I'm like, bro, I learned how to drive on a truck like that. My dad had a big ass extended cab, big truck because he used to tow big yachts and stuff with it. I learned to drive on that bitch. You can't even park this one. You need to get out the car and just go. Just go home. Go get yourself a Fiat or something.
I'm going to show you my little Ruby car, and then you're going to drive that.
That's embarrassing for you.
Handle, and she's a tiny little thing. You've seen my car. You know my car.
I'm embarrassed for you, sir. That's how I felt. The secondhand embarrassment,
Sorry about your dick.
Yes. I remember the first time I said that to you, and you busted out laughing.
It's so funny.
Because it's so accurate. Here comes another one. You can hear it in the distance. I can hear your tiny dick in the distance.
It's going. No. The best is when it's past. I'm gonna stay quiet.
That's funny.
Sorry. I should be more PC, but I'm just not.
I can't anymore.
I gave up. Yeah.
I gave.
Okay, because YouTube's gone back and forth so many times over the years about, yes, you need to be very family friendly. Oh no, you need to say the F word a little bit so that it's not kids that are watching. Oh no, we're gonna go back to you can't say nothing.
Mhm.
Like, I give up. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. It's gonna come out of my mouth.
You have to say F word. You can't say the actual word. That's what they say now, I think.
You have to put it in parentheses in like text now.
Allegedly F word.
Yeah.
And everything has to be allegedly.
It's just crazy when you've been on YouTube this long and all this. I watch all that true crime, you know, and there's a lot of censored words in there now. Have you ever tried to watch a true crime video lately, Teresa?
Yeah,
It's absurd.
I know. It drives me crazy.
They can't even tell the story, and then they got to tell you beforehand, I'm going to have to censor some words, and it's every fucking third word.
Yeah.
I think Bailey don't care.
See, I couldn't be... nothing would get monetized because I'd just be dropping all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I think there are some creators who are like, you know what? I don't care. I can't keep up. I'm going to tell it how I tell it.
I just don't understand how this became like a children's or a family-friendly platform exclusively.
You had YouTube Kids for that reason.
Well, they did, but
Yeah, well, if you can breach over onto this side, that's not my fault.
they accidentally showed some corn.
Not the corn!
Oh,
No, some really fucked up stuff got over to the YouTube Kids
Oh,
area, and that's why.
accidentally on purpose.
Well, I don't know. There's messed up people in the world, but
Well, yeah, there are.
that's what happened to YouTube Kids, from what I understand.
See,
But-
I don't know. I didn't know any of that because I don't have kids.
Right. I'm gonna eat my chicken nuggets.
Oh,
chicky nuggy.
Do you want to tell? Teresa has a really cool story.
I can't go into too much detail, but so you guys know that I have Loki, who is the replica Liam sculpt, and I took him to work, and he is a hit with one of my clients. So much so that he sleeps in the bed with him, and I leave him there. If I know I'm coming back the next night, I leave him there, and he calls it babysitting.
Oh.
So he babysits him while I'm sleeping, and then I come back. So I'm thinking about giving Loki. He calls him Buddy. He says his name's Buddy,
It's so cute.
but he absolutely loves him. He calls him the big baby.
He is a big. I mean, compared to the other ones, yeah.
He's like, you didn't bring the big baby.
Oh.
I know. I didn't bring the big baby. So I walked in, he's like hugging him. He's like
Aw.
got his arms wrapped around his neck. He's just hugging him.
Aww.
And I'm like, I'm thinking about it. Just being like, hey, you want to keep Buddy here all the time?
Well, I remember you said, you know, he has like nieces and nephews or whatever that he misses, doesn't get to see
Mhm.
much.
And I think that's some of it too. He really loves kids a lot.
It's so cute.
Mm-hmm. So as much as I would miss Loki, I'm thinking about just keeping him there permanently.
It's interesting because it goes to show that like these dolls are therapeutic, not just for women,
Yeah, that's right.
you know, because these are dudes. I mean,
And he doesn't care that he's a replica. He doesn't care that, I mean, even
Right.
his staff are like, I have to double take when I walk in because they're like, he looks real. And I was laughing. I'm like, yeah. I mean, and they think it's, you know, that it's great that he's so excited about him. He'll say, oh, I babysit today. I was babysitting.
That's cute.
that is so awesome.
Yeah,
I
they
love that.
That's like one of my favorite stories.
he just really loves him a lot.
But he's like, his name is Buddy. Like,
Yeah, what's his name? Buddy. And his name's Buddy.
Because that's his buddy.
That's his buddy. And he'll just sit there, like he'll have his arm around him, and they sit there and they watch wrestling
oh, that's so cute.
with his arm around him. No, like head to head. Yeah. Like
I
he
love
likes
that.
like, he's likes her a lot. He likes Ryan a lot.
Oh.
He's held her before. And he'll say, that one baby, that one squishy baby. And I'm like, yeah. He goes, I like her too. And I'm like, yeah. He goes, but I like him. He's my buddy.
That's
cute.
adorable.
Mm-hmm. So it was like he wasn't even asking for her anymore because he did until he met Loki. He was like, "You gonna bring the squishy baby in?" I was like, "I could bring the squishy baby in." So he'd hold her for a little bit. He'd be like, "She's heavy," and he'd hand her back to me. But when I first ever since I brought Loki, he's like in love with Loki. Like, oh, bring Loki, bring Loki.
I think that's awesome.
So, much as I love Loki, I think he loves him a little bit more.
That's the cutest thing ever.
Yeah. And it's not like I wouldn't get to see him. Like he would still, he'd still be there. I'd get to see him when I'm working,
I love it.
But I just like the fact that he doesn't care that Loki doesn't have eyelashes or,
Right.
That he's a replica. He doesn't care. He just thinks he's really just the coolest thing. And I love that.
I love that too. I think that's an awesome story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Still shoving food in my face. Sorry, guys. I didn't want to wait because Teresa's got to go to work tonight. And then usually when we wait, there's not a lot of folks,
Yeah.
When I work in the morning.
That's past Lauren's bedtime is what she's trying to tell you.
My bedtime is midnight.
Well, that's way late.
Well, that's when my bedtime happens to fall.
Yeah, I got about 45 minutes.
So what else has been going on while I'm shoving food in my face?
Anybody have Easter plans?
Easter? No.
Easter.
I work.
Me too. My family already did Easter.
They already did it?
Yeah, we did it last Sunday.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that I could see their families if they have them.
No, I don't have any Easter plans. I might take the dogs and take their pictures in the bluebells that are out right now.
Yeah.
That'd be cute.
We did it with Percy last year. It was really cute.
He'll probably be more cooperative this year.
Or
Last
that-
year he was still a baby.
Well, this year he's a turd, so I don't know.
Hmm.
We had a barbecue. We had a big barbecue with everybody. Like my whole family.
Did you dye eggs?
No, they didn't eat a huge Easter egg hunt.
Mm.
I think there was like 80 eggs that they did.
Oh my god.
In this economy.
Mm-hmm. Eggs are expensive now.
Well, they were fake ones.
Oh.
You see, that's how you go. Okay, dye eggs in this
Everything's
economy.
popping up on my screen.
What is?
Have you ever watched Zav Girl? I think it's Zav.
I don't think so.
No.
Is that a YouTuber?
Yeah. She's like a true crime channel.
Mm-mm.
She's live right now.
How do I not know about that channel? I watch everybody.
You actually would like her.
You need to send it to me.
ZAV.
ZAV?
ZAV.
Okay.
Zav.
Got it.
Ba-ba-boom.
We'll see if I remember that, because
I can send it to you. Her channel is pretty cool, but she just does nothing but lives.
I'll be calling you.
It always talks about the
What's the true crime person? I need something to listen to while
Mhm.
I drive around.
I like her. She's pretty funny too.
Calling.
She's always got the good she does her own research, so sometimes she'll have audio that she's bought from prisons and whatever.
I always wonder where that comes from. Is that how they get it?
Yeah, you can request it and buy it.
How much does that cost?
I don't know. And she's mentioned it. She talks about like what she does for the channel and that sort of thing. She talks about has to purchase that, I guess. Like
I watched that.
prison phone calls and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she has to purchase
They
that.
sell that shit? That's shameless.
Sometimes you can't even get them.
Probably high profile cases they don't want you to get.
Dab Girl. I think that's what her channel is. Dab Girl.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I don't really love watching lives just because I feel like if it's something like that, I like it to be more in like an episodic format, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like who is that woman? Swoop? You ever watch her?
Mm-hmm.
I like her stuff. She does
I love
really
Swoop.
well. Plus I like Petty University.
I
Yeah.
would
It makes
like
me
some
laugh.
merch from
I know, I love that.
because I've attended.
You have attended?
I have attended.
Yeah, I have a PhD from Petty University.
A petty HD.
I barely use it anymore, but I have it.
Dab Girl she's good to listen to when she's live, but she does throw in a lot of stuff to watch.
Sam, hey, you had a corgi incident?
Oh no!
What happened? I feel like every day there's some kind of corgi incident.
That's kind of their thing.
We're talking about true crime channels.
And channels that do videos really well. Uh-oh.
Oh, I know what kind of incident that was then.
No.
No, Athena, you can't have Red Bull. Sorry, baby.
Oh.
Besides the fact that it's toxic, can you imagine her ass on Red Bull?
Oh my God.
Wings, for real.
Oh man, she already does.
I know. She'd have super wings.
What else has been going on? I'm trying to think and still finish my food.
It's boring. We just have dog stuff.
I know.
As soon as I get home from
Albert, good Lord.
crafted schedule, dog stuff, which I love. Day off, dog stuff.
Lauren is the sparent,
I am the sparent or the sparrow.
the spare human.
Right now I'm a pillow.
So yeah. At what point do you become not a YouTuber anymore? Have I reached it?
When you don't upload any videos.
I'm lucky I do one a month these days.
Hello. You know what makes me mad, Teresa? I have like unsubscribed and resubscribed and hit the notification bell and unhit it and hit it again, and I still never ever get notified. Ever.
Oh, when I do video?
Yeah. It feels homophobic, to be honest.
Because I hate it.
Like, what the fuck, YouTube?
I don't know why it does that.
It's just you. And I'm like, oh my God, she made a video,
2 weeks ago.
14 and a half days ago, and ain't nobody tell me shit.
I didn't do nothing. I just have to say, by the way, I have a video out.
I know.
I only do it once a month, so if that.
Set a monthly alarm. Check Teresa's channel.
Yeah.
The only time I have to watch YouTube really is like at night. Or like today, I was sitting outside of Target waiting for my order to come out. But even then, Percy's like on my lap. So he's not a huge corgi. Like he's standard size, which the AKC says they're supposed to be between, I think it's 21 and 25 pounds. He's 23. So he's the correct size, but to me, he looks small for a corgi. But regardless, he doesn't feel small. And he thinks that he's still a puppy. And he can like turn around and do all kinds of crazy stuff on my lap while I'm sitting there in the driver's seat. He's huge. It's like a baby bear.
He's weighted like one too.
Yeah. He's sitting there and he's like a baby bear, and I'm dropping my phone. I'm trying to watch shit. I'm trying to, do other stuff I got to do on my phone, like with my bank account and transfer money and do all this shit while I have a minute. And he's up in my face and he's got his butt in my face.
And his butt is swinging.
Anytime someone walks by, he's got to be in their business.
Go boof.
I'm like, can you just sit? He's got one leg through the steering wheel. I'm like, bro.
Joe, sit at least.
We're talking about 15 minutes of time here, and you can't fucking sit still.
He cannot.
And this is after a walk, but he's just like, hey, what are they doing? Hey, who's that? What's that? Like, oh my God.
I want to say hi. I want to say hi.
He does. He wants to say hi to everybody.
They got a dog. Grr.
And everybody wants to say hi to him. Do you get that, Sam, with Banjo, that everybody wants to say hi to him? The corgis are like a magnet. Not Athena so much, because she has to wear a muzzle. It's called a basket muzzle. It's a grazing muzzle. And yeah, she's not the friendly one. She don't want to talk to you. She don't want you to pet her. If you come too close to like her face, she will take a finger off. Like we're working on it, but like she's not the one. Okay.
She likes us.
She likes us, and that's it. Percy he just wants to say hi to everybody. And if somebody doesn't say, oh, it's a corgi. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, look at his butt. Like, if somebody doesn't say that, he's like offended. Like, he knows. They didn't say, oh, it's a corgi.
He looks back and tries to follow them like,
he does. He's like,
sir,
excuse me, did you see?
Sir, hello, I am a corgi.
Did you see that I'm a corgi? Sir? It's funny. But yeah, he wants to get in everyone's business.
She wants no one in her business.
She don't. She don't even like him. She could do without all of it, frankly.
She just wants to be the only dog with her 3 humans, and that's it.
She's a little princess.
She is. She's very cozy on my lap. I turned the heated blanket up so she doesn't get too hot.
They are irresistible. I don't know what it is.
I have corgis, and I still get obsessed with outside corgis.
Well, like, I'll be sitting there in the car, and he'll be on my lap, and I'm just zoning out or whatever. Like, if Lauren runs into Torchies or something, and I'm just sitting there. And I'll see someone walk by the front of the car with a big old smile on their face, and then I'm like, oh, it's because of Percy,
Yeah, everybody at the park that we go to frequently knows, don't approach if we have Athena, but you may approach if we have Percy.
Well, Athena's got the grazing muzzle, okay? And she kind of looks like Hannibal Lecter.
Oh my God.
The reason she has it is because she has this like oral fixation where she'll eat anything on the ground. And it doesn't matter what it is, a rock, if someone left a chicken bone outside, God forbid, she'll try to eat that and we have to get it out of her mouth, a clump of dirt. She doesn't eat poop, thankfully, but literally everything else is on the table for her. And so rather than worry that she's gonna, I have to be like constantly scanning the ground ahead of her.
We don't know what.
And even then, like, she's so fast. Like, she got the tiniest piece of a chocolate cupcake the other day, and we had to fish that out of her mouth, and I didn't even know what it was. Like, I saw there was a couple pieces on the ground, and she got a piece before I could get to her, and it was like, first I thought it was poop, okay? But I don't care. Like, whatever it is, I'm gonna get it out of her mouth because I don't want her eating nothing. But it was like, it looked like lava rock. It was like porous, but really hard, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And when we got it out of her mouth, it was spongy, and I'm like, it's a fucking cupcake. It was a chocolate cupcake, but she'll eat anything. So she has this grazing muzzle, and people look at her like, what did you do?
Like she ate something.
Because she's little. We walked by this guy the other day, and he had a huge, like, German Shepherd, beautiful dog. But he kind of, you get to know other dog owners, and, like, you should be watching their body language, because not everybody's dogs are friendly. I like to give people space if I see that, like, they're kind of pivoting the other direction. I'll try to give them space. But he was doing that, and we were doing that because we had Athena. And we're kind of like two ships passing in the night, and she's going off barking like she does. And I said, I'm really sorry. I said, my dog has no manners. And he's like, neither does mine. And I'm like, okay, cool. But he's like, what did she do? Why did she wear that?
What's that muzzle for?
Yeah, I'm like, she eats stuff off the ground. He's like, oh, okay. But
I appreciate the ask.
She will absolutely take your finger off if she doesn't know you, and I'm anxious when you visit Teresa to see what she does.
Yeah.
She's coming calmed down at least.
Because Zeus was in love with you, you know.
That was my boyfriend.
I know. The only time he ever humped anyone, it was Teresa.
You know, my standoffish dog, Dakota, that's long since passed.
Mm-hmm.
Loved you. Probably would have loved her. Dakota betrayed me when I brought her here for a stint. She was like obsessed with you.
Well, and she was also obsessed with Andy because he gave her chicken.
And socks.
Yeah.
She was old.
I'm anxious to see how they react.
Yeah. It would be cool to see what they do.
Percy will be very sweet. I think
Uh-huh.
Athena will take a minute.
Percy might also try to hump your arm if he's showing armor.
I mean, you know, thought that about Zeus, then
Percy's stronger than.
I was so shocked because, man,
But then after that, he was obsessed with the llama.
yeah. He humped Teresa and his llama toy.
He was mad
Yeah.
at the llama, though.
But he was pissed off at the llama. That was the dominant thing. But I think he was in love with you.
That wasn't an I love you.
Yeah.
Oh, it was that little ginger part.
that was my baby.
Corgis are very different than a Chihuahua.
Yeah.
They're really smart, though. So there's all these parks around here, and, like, it's getting warmer. So there's some that are shadier. You know what I mean? So, or there's some that have less going on. Like, one of them's got, like, soccer games and stuff, and Percy really wants to play soccer. I don't know. Like, I wish we had a big yard and, like, a soccer ball, because Andy and him would play. I know they would.
We can't bring him.
He used to play with his Aussie that he had, like another working breed, and they would play soccer, and Percy really wants to. And when they're out there playing, he's like watching the ball, and he's like trying to go for it. And I'm like, you're not part of the game, buddy. You're not on the team.
You don't even have a jersey.
But he's ready, man. He's ready to go. And there's like all these soccer balls everywhere, and he's like, I can have just one, right, Mom? Because there's a ton of them.
Right.
I can have one. I'm like, no, sorry. So we take him different places, but we went a different. They know the way to the place we normally go, which I think I took you there. It's the place we always took Zeus every day. They know that park, and they know the way to get there. And if I don't go that way, they get nervous that like they're going to the vet or some shit, you know.
Yeah.
So today we went a different way because I had to like hit Starbucks, and then we're going to a different park. And Percy's like growling. He did this little tiny low growl and looking at me like, you missed the turn. That ain't the park. I'm like, calm down.
Telling you.
They're too smart.
Oh.
It's ridiculous.
I think I recognized something the other day that was very obscure, but I don't remember.
They recognize patterns that you would
Yeah.
not expect a dog to recognize.
Oh, that one, yeah, Percy. We taught Percy so many things without realizing we were.
Yeah. They're very smart.
She don't want to listen. There's a difference. She could, but she don't want to.
Well, that's what I was telling Sam. Like, I think they're rated like 11th
They are. They were
smartest or something. I think that's obedience.
That's
Because
not-
they know what you want them to do. They just don't want to do it.
Look at you when they're ignoring you.
They understand. They just don't care.
Not unless you give them something tasty. They
And
learn
I
chicken
myself
real
was that way as a child, so.
quick. As a child. As a child.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Look at this.
What?
There's one here.
Yep.
I wish you could show them.
She don't want to be on YouTube.
You know what? She's too feral for YouTube.
She is. I changed her her name on Instagram used to be Athena the Great, and I changed it to the fairest one of all.
Which one is it?
What?
Is it the fairest one of all?
The fairest one of
no,
all.
I meant because of that weird thing where we.
Oh, the Snow White Mandela effect thing?
Yeah.
What do you guys remember from Snow White? Do you remember her saying, the evil queen, who is the fairest of them all, or who is the fairest one of all? Because apparently there's a debate. And I know which one I remember.
They're never on the wall. Who's the fairest one of all?
Is that what you remember?
I
think
it's Snow White was. I liked it for what it is, but it wasn't my favorite as a child because it was slow paced for me.
I liked all the Disney stuff.
I know. I liked a little bit later Disney than the OG 3.
That's because you're a youngin'.
I know my youngin. They knew what they were doing.
I remember who is the fairest one of all. So that's why I made hers the fairest one of all,
It works.
because she's feral.
But can you believe Disney is redoing their
Oh, yeah.
Snow White remake?
The brand new Snow White movie that they just came out with, a live action, they're remaking it, I guess.
I'm like, dang. I've never seen Disney do that. If something flops, they're like, oh well. But
I
because
mean-
Snow White brought them out of their bad era, they're like, oh no, our precious gem. I'm like, yeah, she's taking you now. I want to know, like, I haven't seen it yet, but what's so wrong with it?
I don't know. Well, people don't like the actress for some reason, and then I guess, I don't know, she made some comments that people didn't like, and yeah, they just made it. And they're going to redo the whole thing.
And they made a big apology about it and everything.
It doesn't make any sense to me. That's
Like,
millions of dollars.
I'm like, did that? I'm like, it. I don't
I'm
even
not,
know.
in general, like, I'm going to see Lilo and Stitch when it comes
Oh
out,
my god,
the live
I'm so
action. But
excited, I'm ready.
in general, I'm not a...
Remake.
I still haven't seen Beauty and the Beast with Emma Watson.
You don't have to.
That's what I've heard.
You
So
don't have to see it. It's
I
fine.
did see The Little Mermaid. I liked that. I
love
bought that.
one. I watched The Jungle Book. I thought that one was okay for what it was. I did not see The Lion King because everyone said that it was really awful. Like the CGI, it looked like there was no life behind their eyes. It was like you're watching puppets or something.
I do want to see, what is the other one, Mufasa, where they go into the
Yeah,
background? I do want to
I
see
do
that
wanna
one.
see that one.
But I think because it's a new story, I don't know. It's just, for me, I really loved like the classic animated Disney movies as a kid. So I don't know. It's just kind of weird to see them live action.
Well,
But yeah, they're redoing the Snow White live action that they just released.
yeah, like just came out. They're like, we're gonna do it again. Sorry. I'm like, what?
Did you hear that, Teresa?
No.
They're you know the Snow White, the live action Snow White that just came out?
Yes.
They're redoing it. They're going to completely remake the movie because people didn't like it, and I guess it flopped really hard.
And
Did you?
I heard that it flopped.
And Disney apologized profusely.
Yeah.
I've never seen them do this.
Can you imagine a movie sucks so bad that Disney just is like, nah,
They're like,
don't watch that one. We're working on another.
Our
I
bad.
remember like Spider-Man, they re-released it, not because it was terrible, but
Oh my God, what does that say? Snack time? That's so cute.
I got it for Loki.
I was going to say,
I want to put that on a corgi.
accurate.
Snack time.
Which one do you remember from Snow White? Do you remember the magic mirror? Like, do you remember the evil queen saying, who is the fairest one of all, or who is the fairest of them all?
Who's the fairest one of all?
That's what I remember too. They're saying that's not
No.
accurate. Some people are saying it's the fairest of them all.
I'm gonna need some.
One of all. I thought it was one of all.
So did I. And I went back and watched it, like what they say is the original clip, and that's what it says, but people, it's that Mandela effect, they remember it different.
Huh.
I saw a video about it, Sam.
Fairest one of all. That's what I remember.
Yeah. I changed Athena's, the whole reason this came up is because I changed Athena's Instagram from Athena the Great to the fairest one of all.
Yeah.
Because it's accurate.
She's a princess.
But I had to see which one was right because people were saying that wasn't right. And I'm like, that's what I remember. It's like Fruit of the Loom, okay? The logo with the fruit in the basket.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're trying to say the basket was never there.
The basket was always there.
It had the basket with the little point.
Yes.
Yeah.
The cornucopia.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're trying to say that
I
never
saw that
happened.
too, but I was like, no, there was a basket.
No.
With the fruit one.
See, we're from the same timeline because I remember the basket too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's why I fuck with you.
I'm sorry to report from the timeline is
When I saw that, I was like, I'm like, there was a basket. It had the fruit in it.
Basket. I remember the basket.
Trying to gaslight me and shit. I remember the basket.
No basket.
Yeah. The basket with fruit.
The Berenstain.
Berenstain,
Don't
yeah.
you take away my bears.
And Lauren's from a different generation. Even she remembers.
Cornucopia.
To mess with our brains.
I know. They're trying to mess us up.
I don't need any help in that department.
So we can't think straight. I already don't think straight.
I don't.
Right.
And I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sam's gonna laugh because she's been hearing my woes about my hip for the past several days, but I fucked up my shoulder real bad today. It hurts a lot. Lauren's laughing.
I almost choked on my Red Bull
Because
came out
what?
of nowhere.
It hurts
I
every
know,
time I
I'm not
move.
laughing that you're in pain. Just, oh yeah, by the way, something else is messed up.
It makes me mad because like my body's so ridiculous that any wrong movement and it's like you're gonna pay for that. I'm like, no way. I'm sorry.
Oh, just wait. It don't get any better.
All I did, people are like, oh, what happened? You're in a lot of pain. What happened? I'm like, oh, I just woke up like this.
She didn't even
I know.
move funny. She just,
I didn't.
You just moved like a normal person, but apparently you're not allowed to do that.
No, and it really hurts. Like it's been
Like,
getting worse throughout the day.
It was out all day long.
I actually used ice, which you know,
I'm surprised. Person
my
didn't-
ADHD don't ever do that.
No, she forgets.
I
I
do.
have to bring it and put it on her like here. put the
I'm like
on.
ice. Pfft, come on.
And then it hurts.
I did. I was like, I need an ice pack like right now. I put some weed cream on it.
Yeah.
I've been hitting it with everything. I took like
Tylenol.
some actual pain meds with some Tylenol. It's that kind where like you ever sleep wrong? This is in my back and shoulder, but like you know when you tweak your neck
Yeah.
and you can't turn it anymore one direction, it's like that. Except it's all down my shoulder
Every day
blade.
of my life.
What?
Every day of my life.
Oh no. Teresa's like, you guys have days where that doesn't happen.
Right.
Oh man.
Wow. How's that feel?
sucks.
Me, I tweak my neck every once in a while. I tweak my neck every 2 weeks, every month. Teresa, you guys have moments where your neck is
Yeah.
tweaked?
Yeah.
You guys don't hurt all the time? What?
It's every day of my life.
No, it's bad. Like it's really hurting.
Now it's if I don't have my legs bent a certain way while I sleep. That's the new one. I'll
God damn. You just got to be paying attention all the time.
Got to be on top of it.
Can't even sleep. That's what happens when you get old. You can't even sleep right.
I know. I'm telling you, 50s are kicking my butt.
Aw, I'm not even there yet.
I'm not close.
It's kicking my butt. 50 said, oh, yeah? What else I can do?
Chronic pain?
Hold my Vicodin.
Yeah. Hold
Hold
my
my-
pain medicine.
Vicodin pain, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Lauren don't even know. That's how much pain Lauren has. She's like, Vicodin's for pain, right?
Right.
Yes, girl. Be glad you don't know.
Right.
I know tramadol. That's about it.
You know tramadol because of me.
I know, and I like.
Lauren had a wake-up call because
Oh my God! I fell asleep.
Teresa will vouch for me. When something happens that's very painful to a person who has chronic pain, who's used to pain, they don't handle it the same. So I'd be having kidney stones. I had a while there where it was really bad with the kidney stones. I was getting them frequently, and I was like going out doing my stuff. Lauren visited while I had one time. We went all around town because you know, obviously I'd rather be in bed, but like she's visiting, so I was like, we're gonna go out and do stuff, right? Meanwhile, I'm like heavily medicated. I got the anti-nausea meds, the pain meds, this med, that med, right?
Counting down the hours till your next nap.
But did I show it though?
No.
I was a good host.
Yes.
See? So anyways, then Lauren got a kidney stone.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
Go ahead and tell how you
I
experienced
was
that.
getting tired of being in the bed. I don't know how long.
Well,
and-
first of all, she was like, she went to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
She
I
was-
knew what it was.
She was throwing up and in severe pain, and she called me, and I'm like, that sounds like a kidney stone. And she's like, yeah, that's what I thought. And she's like, it's really bad. And I'm like, yeah, it sucks. They hurt a lot. It's real bad. They say it's worse than childbirth.
I couldn't move. I mean, I could move.
It was
but I couldn't move.
horrible.
It was.
And she's like, but you can do the, you know, and I'm like, yeah, you're not gonna be able to do what I do, okay? Then
Well,
she's in bed for a couple days.
Asleep, and then after I woke up, I was bored. My girlfriend at the time was trying to keep me in the house, and I'm like, I want to go do the thing. She goes, "You have kidney stones." Like Lexi can do it. Lexi is a badass. Get your ass back in bed right now.
She's like, you're not Lexi, go back to bed right now.
I'll put on the Goldbergs. I'm like, okay. I had to go again because I had a friend.
Yeah.
And then they gave me morphine. I didn't ask for that, but it was great.
I think that's part of why you threw up is the morphine, but
No, I was throwing up before the morphine. I
Oh,
didn't throw
okay.
up from the morphine. I didn't throw up after I got the tramadol in my system.
All right.
man, I can't take
No, it's
morphine.
because they gave me some other pain med that was just really harsh on my stomach. And then after they switched me to tramadol and
8 milligrams Zofran.
yeah, and no, I had the Zofran, but I couldn't keep it down because of the other pain med. And then they switched me to tramadol because I told them I want this and that, and they're like, "She knows what she wants. Here you go." And then I slept like a baby.
Do you guys remember these?
Yes. Where did you get that?
My mom bought this for me at Golden. No, not what is it called? Cracker Barrel.
Mm.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I haven't seen one
Yeah.
of those in a minute.
Cracker Barrel has a lot of cute
Yeah, and
stuff. Can't eat there.
this is the watermelon one, which was my favorite when I was young.
Yes.
I need to take her to Cracker Barrel now.
Smells just like it too.
That's so crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
We got one around here.
Still love these. Except for this one has vintage on the top.
Up.
I was
It's-
like, oh god.
Don't say
It
that.
says vintage.
You're not supposed
Yeah.
to say
Oh
that.
boy.
I know. I was like, oh, I really like those. I don't remember the vintage being on it
You're like, that would have been cool if you had just left
without
that
that
off.
part.
You're like, that would have been awesome. And I thought you were
You're
gonna,
like, oh, I miss these, and now I feel old.
I thought you were going to tell the
Yeah,
people.
vintage
about
moisturizing.
Which moment?
When I fell asleep on the floor on my back, and then I woke up and was like stuck because I'm like, oh shit, everything like rushed to my back.
Lauren had an old person moment.
I was like a ladybug stuck on my back on the floor.
She fell asleep on her back on the floor, and she couldn't get up.
Oh yeah.
Stop.
I can't be on my back or my stomach. I have to be. I'm a side sleeper
I usually
because
am.
that will fuck me right up.
Well, I fell asleep because we were watching TV and Athena was hogging the bed, so I just went to the floor.
She's always hogging the bed.
Yeah, she's a bed hog. But like, I laid there and I fell asleep, and then I woke up and I couldn't talk. You had fallen asleep. I was like, oh, this is how I'm gonna die.
And I
This
was
hurts
like,
so much.
I was like, yeah, that happens to me a lot, man.
Yeah.
It's a scary situation in the middle of the night.
I was like, oh no, I made a mistake.
I keep telling her.
Because we were up late because I didn't have to work.
Just wait.
Exactly. I keep
Just
telling
wait.
her. I'm like, it's
You've been
coming.
telling me since I was 20.
Don't get much better.
I was in my 20s when you started telling me.
Enjoy it, because I'm trying to get you to enjoy it before your body falls apart.
Yeah, it don't get any better.
We need the KT tape.
I know. I need my whole body to be held together by the KT tape.
Need a body implant.
A body. Just throw the whole thing out. I need a new one.
This one's broken.
To the black markets.
Man,
I used to tell my doctor that all the time. He said we're out of them.
we're out.
And I'm like, this one's broken.
You're like, is there a waiting list?
I got a broken one.
Where's the special order?
Are they coming back in stock?
Yeah. Can you let me know when those are available? This one's broken.
Right.
I'll just take whatever. I don't care.
I got a dud.
Got a dud.
Dying.
Oh man. I definitely feel like I got a dud today.
You were fine. And
I was fine, and then I turned the wrong way, and you know
barely
now
even moved. That's the problem.
now I have to pay.
I was sitting with you. You barely even moved. Yeah.
No, you must pay.
You're like, who can I just charge the card to? It's
You
like,
moved a millimeter in the wrong direction. Now you're fucked. Like, oh no.
That
I didn't mean to, I swear. Athena's passed out over there.
she's twitching. She's gonna get that squirrel finally.
What else is going on? I feel like I had something else to talk about.
Oh,
I feel bad because it's all dogs.
that's all we do.
It's
I
just
go
dogs.
to work. I come home. Dogs.
Dogs.
I stay home from work.
Dogs.
Up at night. Dogs.
Dogs.
And I'm okay with that. I love them. They're crazy. She's dreaming. She's twitching.
I do miss having a Chihuahua though.
Yeah, he was a snuggler.
My Zeusy. So I posted about him. Ems is doing his doll for me. It's not a were pup kit because that's trademarked, but it's one of the werewolf baby kits. What is it, Lucian?
Lucian.
Is that the name of
Yeah.
the
That's
kit?
the one I think is so cute.
I love that one. I have one already. Folklore is a Lucian kit, and I just ordered his hair. It just got here the other day, so pretty soon he's going to be here pretty soon, and I will obviously do a video. That feels really like overwhelming because how do I put that in a video? Like I have a million photos of Zeus. I have, like I could make a 10-hour video on Zeus and no one wants to see that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I probably should start working on that now because, and I'm probably going to cry,
Yeah.
I still
But-
have pictures on my phone, the timeline.
I know the reminders.
Yes,
I'm like,
thanks.
cool. I wanted to cry this morning. Thanks.
Right. My favorite picture still of us is me, him, and the apple.
So I have his ashes in a different kit right now, or a different doll right now, because I don't feel right about having him in a box. I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. So, but I'm gonna transfer him over when his doll is done, and
One day you're gonna make me a little Dakota doll.
yeah. I don't know. I've got Gizmo in like a Gizmo was a Brussels Griffin that Andy and I got when we first got married, long time ago. And he looked like a little Ewok, so I have him in a vintage Ewok plush.
Oh.
I can't do the urn thing, I guess. But I definitely don't want to scatter ashes. I'm not a scatterer of ashes. I feel like that your spirit's already free, but your ashes are mine.
Your ass too.
Your ass is
Also
mine.
your ass.
I paid for the motherfuckers. They're mine.
All right, pirate.
I feel like the ashes are for me. You know what I mean? The ashes are for the
That's what
person
I
left
can-
behind.
That's what I can hold on to.
Yeah.
I know it's not them. I know it's not Zeus. Just like I have ashes for my dad. I know it's not him, but it's a comfort thing.
That's my physical embodiment.
Yeah.
Just like the service isn't for the person, it's for us. Still stuck here in pain
Hurting.
in our 50-year-old and almost 50-year-old bodies.
Yep.
Sam's laughing.
Yeah, 'cause of your.
At least I get to get old with cool people. Right?
Yeah.
That's you.
Me.
And someday Lauren.
Right. She'll catch up.
I know. Shut up over there. I know it's not you yet.
I mean, I had a moment, so
You're not even 35 yet.
I know I'm so upset about that. I'm only 34.
Who's that I watched? That chapter
That chapter.
says 35.
Because of his accent.
So I can't say that number normally anymore because of him.
Oh, when I number packages, I get real excited when I deliver stop 35.
35.
Who says that?
That chapter?
Is that the guy that always says I'm delicious?
I don't think
Who's that?
so.
I don't know who
No. Oh,
that
there's
is.
a YouTuber. He's a TikToker too, and he always goes,
Oh.
"Follow me. I'm delicious."
No, that's definitely not him.
No, that chapter reads what is it?
It's true
Creepy
crime.
Story, true crime, creepy
Yeah.
story, stuff like that.
Oh,
She gone.
She disappeared. Where'd you go?
There
my
she is.
alarm's going off because it's time to get ready to go to work.
Oh.
I was like, she made a dramatic exit.
I did. Thank you.
It's like Maleficent in a puff of smoke.
I'm like,
She's gone.
She gone. Poof.
What were you going to say?
I don't remember.
Dang it.
Yeah. Now my head's in. I got to go to work.
Mm.
Dang, I know that shift.
Well, that's a bummer.
Maybe we'll try again.
Yep. Time for me to leave.
Well, I hope you have a good day at work.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks
guys
for
have fun.
stopping in. All right.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, man, the pressure.
Oh man.
It's just us now.
Oh no. I'm sorry to everyone still here. My condolences.
Yeah, I need to make a YouTube video.
Which about dolls?
Yes, about dolls. What the fuck else?
Oh, I don't know.
When I make dog videos, I don't think anybody's really that
I
interested.
mean, I guess not about dolls. I mean, like, are you introducing a doll because
Yeah.
you're on back order with that one?
I am.
You got video ideas, you just don't have the time.
Yeah, I don't anymore. And I guess I don't know. I just don't feel I I feel the way about YouTube that I used to feel about MySpace.
Oh God.
You know? And you can't even know God because you don't even know.
I know about MySpace.
How old were you when MySpace was out?
I don't know. My phone has this up. Where's your phone?
What, you want me to look at when MySpace ended?
Or began. I was on the MySpace.
700 years ago.
I had top friends.
Top 8? You
Top
did
8.
not. How old were you?
Old enough. I was
No.
there when Jeffree Star was coming up.
Oh, shut up.
Yes. Emo Jeffree Star. I was there.
Hold on 1 second now.
Sadly.
MySpace came out in 2003.
I'd have been 12 when it started.
I loved MySpace. Man, that was some shade though, Teresa. Remember when you could drop somebody from your top 8?
That was my
Like,
favorite.
I don't want to unfriend you, but I'm feeling some kind of way right now.
So you're going to either be removed or lowered.
I'm replacing you with Phil.
Yep. Phil.
Or whoever.
I wonder if I still have a login.
There is no MySpace anymore,
There
correct?
isn't?
I don't think so.
Dang, I don't have a login.
What happened to MySpace? No one's telling me when it ended. It was launched in 2003, so let's see. How old was Lauren?
I was 12. I don't need addition.
You were 12.
I was on it illegally.
Yeah, that was the diss. That was the diss.
That was fun. But yeah, I was
Making
around,
people sweat when
No,
they
I
don't
was
see them in the top 8.
I was around for Jeffree Star being MySpace famous on MySpace.
You were just a baby.
Yeah, it was a culture shock to have a Jeffree, but I like Jeffree. I still kind of do, even though you can't cancel him.
No, and that's the same as me. Some people be uncancelable.
He's like,
Just won't stay in the grave.
it's funny. He goes, yeah, I did it. But he goes, but don't forget, I'm richer than you.
He's such a controversial
I know.
person, but
Well, how else are you gonna get money?
I don't know. I like Jeffree Star
Yeah.
because he don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but no, I was there for the Jeffree Star MySpace era. I was like, dang.
I will say he looks a lot better now than he did then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because I was listening to like a Jeffree Star video, as you do, because people like to just bash on these people. I'm like, you know what? I got 3 hours to kill. Let's just hear what you have to say. And I'm like, oh God, MySpace.
I was 26 when MySpace came out.
Dang.
Wow. See? You're just a wee baby.
Nah.
Yeah, you
No.
are. You probably had one of the MySpaces with the weird code with a million things going on.
Oh God, no, I
and
hated that.
seizure-inducing
no,
shit.
I hated those.
No?
No. I hated the ones where they put songs on it, and then I had asshole friends who made it so you couldn't pause the music. They
Wow.
coded that in there, and I was like, I'm never going to your page. Ever.
That was chaotic.
It
It was
was.
the MySpace, and what was the other one? Not Tumblr. It was before Tumblr. Oh my God, I can't
Zanga?
remember. Yeah.
I had that too.
See, yeah. Because you wrote fan fiction.
No, I didn't write it on there.
Where'd you write it?
Vampire Freaks, that's dead. Vampire Freaks
Yeah.
is dead. No, I had Zanga because I chatted with people online and they wanted me to journal. Like, why do you want to know my thoughts? They're kind of messed up.
I'm surprised you did that. You
Yeah.
don't never share your thoughts.
Yeah.
You have to pull things out of Lauren
Why do you
like
think I don't
Taffy.
share them anymore?
You shared them too much
I did.
on Zanga?
Yeah. Is that even a thing anymore either?
I have no idea.
I'm just like, God, I didn't have a live or a dead.
I had a live journal. I had a dead
I
journal.
didn't have any of those because like by the time those came out, I was like, I already have a thing that you want me to write the things on. I'm not gonna write this over here now.
Dang.
If you want to know my thoughts, go to this one.
No, I went to Facebook. But then,
Oh,
when my mom and grandma got on Facebook, I was like, nah, fam, I'm out.
I'm only staying on Facebook because of my mom and my grandma.
See?
I don't use the Facebook.
Everybody's mom and grandma on Facebook now.
Oh, it's
What, Bina? What you doing? Can I see this? Are you okay?
Jesus.
Oh, sweet
She's so
girl.
cute. She just stretched out on my lap.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Thanks for making me remember that shit, dang.
Back in your younger days, Lauren.
Back in my youth.
Just wait. That's all I have to say.
I was 12.
Just wait.
12 was technically my youth.
Just wait.
Hi, baby.
One day this right now will be your youth.
Don't tell me that.
I am telling
So
you
what are
that.
we saying? My 12-year-old years will be my infancy?
Yeah, that's what it feels like the older you get.
To you?
I didn't say that. I'm not the one that said it. That's all I'm saying. Or not saying,
I
as it
almost
were.
snorted.
Don't choke on your Red
I
Bull.
didn't. Here comes the thing.
No, don't step on my computer, baby.
She's like,
She don't care.
you don't understand.
She does whatever she wants.
She is feral. What?
Just like me as a kid.
It's not even time for anything. It's 8 o'clock. You had dinner. You had OUT time. You had teas.
She says it's time for me to hoover.
You know what? I know there's nothing down
There's
there.
nothing on the carpet. I know there's not because I'm on top of that.
Yep.
But she's going to check anyways. Aren't ya?
And then phantom nib at something. And
Come here,
freak us out.
baby. What are you doing? What are you doing? Do you have something to say?
Don't mess with her. She'll bark.
She's looking for her beef collagen stick thing.
Oh, yeah, that's gone. You already had that.
You already did.
I have those cute little faces over there.
What is it? What was I talking about?
I don't know.
YouTube.
Oh, and MySpace.
Yeah, it feels like
When you-
MySpace to me now because
Oh,
it's
no.
not. I feel like there's not as many people on it, and maybe it's just the community that was here when I started has all kind of either gotten out of the hobby or it's just different.
Yeah,
It's just
not-
different now.
It's not the same.
And I also, if only 100 or a couple hundred people are going to watch my video, I don't know. I feel like,
What's the point?
yeah,
Well, because it causes you a lot of pain to do,
sometimes, yeah.
and it takes a long. It's not a long time, but it takes time to edit it, and then sometimes.
I love that though. Actually,
Yeah.
that's my favorite part.
I think the part that is really frustrating is how long it sometimes takes for YouTube to upload it.
No, it's how long it takes Final Cut to render it.
That's what I meant.
Pisses me off sometimes,
Well,
but
also,
that's because
like-
I have a million things going on
Yeah.
in there
You
sometimes.
also don't always have time to carve out to do everything, and you like to do everything in the same day. You don't like to film and then wait,
No,
because then you.
I don't know how people do that. They're like, I've
I-
had this sitting here for a month. I'm like, how?
I've seen you try to do that before, where you film it, and then by the time you get back to it, like I have to do it all over again. I'm not feeling this.
Yeah,
It's just not right. And so you don't do that unless you have time to do everything. You're not gonna start.
yeah, because I lose excitement about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, my brain is a hummingbird on crack.
It's way you're a tigger.
Yeah, I'm a tigger on crack. Bouncing on to the next thing.
I'm a combination of Rue and Piglet.
Rue and Piglet,
Yeah.
anxiety ridden.
No, Rue's a little kangaroo. He's
Yeah,
very happy, and he's he's not quite ADHD, but he still hangs with Tigger because Tigger's his best friend.
no, but Piglet is anxiety,
Yes, that's
right?
the anxiety one.
Yeah.
That's a me. Or maybe he's Rabbit's kind of. I guess he's OCD.
Rabbit's kind of a dick.
Yeah, I'm not Rabbit.
No, I don't know. It just doesn't feel. You know what I kind of miss, which is kind of silly, but I miss the forums because that's where I met Laura.
Yeah.
That's where I met Stephanie and Jackie because we came into the community at the same time. And I don't know, that was just a different vibe, I guess. And then when I was on the forums, it was Laura that was like, Little X Loves, that was like, hey, where's your box opening?
And you're like, oh, what?
And I'm like, my what? Because I got my first doll.
Yeah.
She's like, where's your box opening? And I'm like, I don't know what that is. And so she was like, oh no, this is what we do here. Like
Really?
we go on YouTube and we open the box. And I remember thinking, I got over it quickly, obviously, but I remember thinking like, what, I don't know. I kind of didn't want to share that moment
Yeah.
of opening the box because it felt really personal to me. But I did it because that's what you do, right?
Right.
And I was new to this community, and I thought, okay, well, if that's what we do, then that's what I'm going to do.
I'll do my checklist.
Yeah, and obviously now that's what I do. But I don't see that happening too often anymore. Really, I don't see myself getting new dolls too often. I'm really happy with the ones I have, and I have a lot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, the Zeus doll,
Yeah.
which, unfortunately, that was the plan for when he passed away. So
yeah.
that's unfortunate, but I will have that doll. And then if Camelin Creations makes something that's just absolute fire, I'm gonna have to have it.
You're gonna have to part with your left leg.
I know, but I don't know. I just don't.
Like there's
Even buying dolls and certainly selling dolls is not the same anymore. It's just all kind of.
It's disjointed.
What's the matter?
She wants a snug.
You want to snug, or you want to get up?
Both. Both.
I don't know nothing about dolls anymore. Yeah, I'm getting to that point.
Well, most of the dolls you get the manufactured dolls anyway.
I really miss like the masterpiece dolls because they would come out with I can't remember 7 or 8 of them.
I just can't believe that they upped and disappeared. They're like coming out. They still have.
Well, they'd come out with new ones a couple times a year at least.
Yeah.
So I do kind of miss that, but even then, I have a lot of those too.
Yeah.
And I really want to make videos with them because they're bigger and they're more fun. You can do more things with them, but my body is just like.
Well, they're harder to maneuver. You can stand them up, but they're harder to maneuver.
They're harder to dress.
They're like a giant Barbie doll.
Yeah.
No one knows what that is. I don't know. Some people don't.
I've got one cloth body one, but
oh, she's amazing.
They cause me a lot of pain to dress and pose, especially if we're talking about more than one. Some days I just don't want to do it. I just don't have the drive to do it. I still like connecting with doll people. I still think it's fun. I feel bad that I've been gone pretty much for a couple of months because, I just do. I don't know why. I feel like there's people newer in the community that I've, made friends with, and I just kind of was like, I just bounced unintentionally. I swear to God, every day I'm like, today I'm going to make that video and introduce that doll, and then I don't.
Dude, I'm only here because I live here. Because when's the last time I did anything on my channel?
You don't. You haven't for
years.
Many years. Did you used to before Laura? Did you do?
Kinda. I didn't know what I was doing.
I mean, I don't feel like I have anything to say anymore, really. I feel like everything I've said.
Right.
And it's been said, and about all the controversies that have happened, like with the replicas and all of that, I've said over and over my stance on that. I don't think that there's anything more to say there. I've given like tips over the years.
Like, find the same tips everywhere.
Well,
I remember for a while people would recycle the same thing of how to make a bottle. And I'm like,
yeah.
How to modify a passive.
Also, I think I've noticed even now that the videos I make that are with traditional human-looking reborns still get a lot more like traction.
Monsters are more fun.
And to me, the monsters are more fun. That's most of the ones I have, and you can do more interesting stuff with them. But it takes a lot when you're doing like role play like that. It takes a lot out of your body, and I don't have it for 5 people to watch it.
Right.
I just don't. Right. And really, the thing is, yes, I like that people watch my videos, and I like all the comments and friends and everything I've made over the years and how I've connected with people through YouTube. But honestly, at the core of it, my YouTube is for me because it's like a diary.
Yeah. It's
how I can look back and remember what I've done. Sam, how do I put that on the screen? I need that on the screen right now. Show. It's beautiful. I love it.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. I don't feel like,
You don't need to say anything else.
no, and I don't care to get involved in fights between people. I have no
I don't
desire to get involved in that. I don't want to, I just don't want to have that in my life, you know?
Right. What I say to you at the store, like, I don't want to talk to none of y'all.
Lauren don't give a fuck about nobody.
I do. It's like two people.
I mean, I think it's weird because on the one hand, like, I do still care about the community, quote unquote. But I also, I don't know. It's strange because YouTube has been like part of this hobby for me from day one.
Mm-hmm.
So disconnecting from that feels wrong.
Like you're betraying it or something.
But I just don't.
Like there's not much to say anymore.
There's not much to say. I could make cute, funny videos if I had the time, which it seems like lately the day just gets away from me.
Your time is right there.
Yeah, my time is the dogs. Always, that's always going to be first, you know. And the day just gets away from me, and then oftentimes when I do have a minute, my body, of course, in classic my body fashion, is not it's not cooperating with me. So
Sam likes the corgi content.
Huh?
Sam likes the corgi content.
Thank you so much. It's really what I prefer to spend my time on, honestly. I love the dolls. It's not that I don't. It's just the dogs are so funny.
Well,
I mean,
also,
and I have a million videos and pictures and whatever on my phone that I don't post because I just, you know.
Well, like, it's not that you dislike the dolls, you just don't really care to do the whole content thing behind it because most people's attention span is Instagram or TikTok.
That's the other thing. Like, I like long form content if I'm going to make it. I'm not real good with shorts, okay? I'm a long-winded motherfucker. Anybody who talks to me on the reg, like, knows that, right? I be a rambling ass motherfucker, so I'm not good with, like, the shorts, the reels, you know, the, like, rapid fire content. So I think the videos that I like to make, people don't really care to watch. Not in this community. I think they think the dogs are cute, but this isn't a dog. This isn't the dog area of YouTube. This is the doll area.
Like branching off of dolls, most of the videos I like to watch are at least 30 minutes or more. Like, especially if it's a true. When I see a true crime and it's like an hour and a half, I'm like, ooh.
I know, it's like you hit the jackpot, right? When I see them 12-minute ones, I'm like, nah.
I'm not touching this.
I'm good. I don't want to have to look for something else to watch in 12 minutes.
What are you gonna do? Give me a taste? Where's the rest of it? And now, like, the 30 plus minutes are where it's at. But not a lot of people want to watch that.
Yeah, like if you look at, and I don't do it very often because I just don't, I'm not on YouTube to make money. Like it is monetized. My channel is monetized. I'm a YouTube partner, but I mean, it's not something that's in the forefront of my mind when I make videos. I make what I want to make for me.
Yeah.
Hence all the copyrighted music, because if I was concerned about money, that would not be happening. But I'm more like, I want a certain feeling when I do something. You should do what you want on your channel, and if people don't want to watch, they can scoot. I try to think that way, but it's kind of like disheartening, I guess.
Also likes the engagement.
I do.
Most people would. You like to connect with people, especially in a shared hobby, like so you could talk about this with other people or other things that are similar.
Yeah. And
it's like YouTube itself as a platform, I think, is pretty. I say the DED. Dead.
YouTube is unalive.
Yes. I don't know. Look, I had the Red Bull and the ducks are still not in the pond. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it's just not what it used to be.
Mm-mm. And that's crazy because it wasn't even that long ago with what it used to be.
Yeah.
Like, when we talk like that, it feels like, oh, I've known you for 20 years. I'm like, well, that ain't true. Because you would have been 14 if when you
I
met.
think I'm starting, in terms of this community, I'm starting to feel like the old woman on the porch, you know, with the lemonade. And if someone's got like a question of something that happened 7 years ago,
All right, Abe
they're like,
Lincoln.
go ask Kay their spooky face. She'll know.
She's been here.
Just, you know, I feel like that's where I'm at. And that's okay. Like,
And I'll be like, can I take your name and number? See if she has room for you.
no, I always do.
Yeah, you
I
do.
always have people, I'll have people email me that I haven't talked to in years in this community and be like, hey, do you know how to put a head on a masterpiece doll? Do you know how to take their eyes out? Do you know how to do this? Do you know how to do that? Do you know where I
Yeah.
could get this?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, sure. You know, I don't mind.
You take the time to be very detailed if you can. Like, there was one girl that got the same doll as you, and you were getting the clothes size and the shoe size and the measurements and everything like that, so that they could get the right size of clothes. Because that was probably one of the more disheartening things when you would get a new doll and it's like, oh no, I got the wrong size.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everything I thought was cute, I either have to exchange if I can or just give up the idea of ever having it.
I think, you know, that's where I'm at. I can help people if they have questions about things but I don't know. I don't see a lot of, maybe I'm missing it, but I don't see a lot of new people coming in. I've seen a few, and that's fun. I enjoy that, but I haven't seen a lot of new people coming in. Yeah, exactly.
Does it feel like we're part of you're part of the Golden Girls now?
Hey, don't
I'm not,
diss the Golden
you know
Girls,
what,
okay?
I'm not. I love them.
Those are my girls.
I can't believe I didn't know about. My mom didn't tell me about.
I know.
You know what? I think she was like, I need something to myself. This kid will steal it.
I don't know. I think the vibe is just very different.
It is. It's very, like, even just a few years ago, it seemed to be very, like, tense when people would come in. I'm like, why is it so tense now?
Yeah.
It used to be very relaxing. It's so bizarre. I don't really pay attention to too much of the reborn stuff. Like, the channel that I have premium on doesn't have reborn channels on it. It's like,
I know, same.
It has like
true crime
ASMR,
and
Sims sometimes. Just
I've got like just the fashion doll content, so like
yeah.
Monster High, Rainbow High, although there isn't really Rainbow High anymore, but I've got all that. Like, it's not.
I don't have like any. The only channel that I have is yours.
And I've got HGTV.
Oh yeah.
Man, I love me some HGTV.
Man.
House Hunters.
We find some good house hunters.
They always pick the wrong house, those
They
bastards.
Not
I know
all of
what's
them.
best for them.
We do, right? I get so proud of them when they pick what I think they should have.
I know, right?
And that's rare.
I'm like, but you said you needed 3 bedrooms full. What are you doing?
Why are you picking the one bedroom? Where are you gonna put where are you gonna put the kid?
That's how you know you're old. When you're yelling at the HGTV.
My favorite was the one today. The giant dog. What was his?
It's like a werewolf. His name was Jeff.
Jeff. I was like, it was Jeff.
Jeff is a person's name.
I love dogs with people names like that.
It was this huge dog, and the realtor was like, he's like, I kind of have a little dog. And the realtor's like, oh, okay, let's see it. And he shows this picture of this giant.
And
I don't know if it was like a wolf hybrid or something. It was huge.
I was like,
and she was like, oh my God.
I think she was like, she said his name. He all shook, like, excuse me.
She's like, we just won't tell them that you have that. It was some House Hunters International in Paris or something where they were looking for a rental. And I was like,
an apartment.
They gonna notice Jeff. I think you
Jeff.
better just tell him.
I could see Jeff from here. Jeff was amazing, though.
I'd be like, I have corgs.
You could probably hear them from a mile away.
They're back in America, but you can probably still hear them in Paris.
They could sniff me. Yeah.
No, I'm trying to think of what else I watch. Oh no, 3 a.m. Yuck.
Good night. Yeah, I'll be up at 4. Right behind you.
I don't know how you do that, Sam. I'm just getting comfortable in my bed at 3 a.m. That's when my body's like, all right, fine, I'll go to sleep without harassing me
In her eyeball,
with having to pee or having some kind of pain.
And her eyeball slightly opens at 4 a.m. like she's gone.
Yeah. I don't hear you when you leave.
I try to be quiet because you have little alarm clocks.
I don't even hear like when you like I don't hear anything in my room. Just me and Athena hanging out in here. I don't hear nothing. Sometimes I'll hear the alarm shut off, but
Thankfully, we turned off the part where she talks to us, so it's not as annoying.
right.
I don't even think it really beeps anymore. Like the door.
My phone beeps to let me know that
Oh yeah,
something
that's
has
right.
happened with the alarm
That's
system.
true.
But
Yeah, I try.
I'm surprised Athena doesn't hear you, but
I try to be very quiet. Like I know that there's things that dogs can hear. But,
she may just be used to it.
well, I also just I have things out ready the night before.
Yeah.
She hears something.
She hears Dad in the kitchen and she thinks it's for her.
It's not yet.
Everything ain't for you, Athena.
It could be.
I can't believe this tiny little corgi wants to eat all the time.
She's so small.
The vet says it's anxiety that gives her that like oral fixation. Yeah, I'm talking about you,
She's 17 pounds
cutie pie.
of teeth and stomach.
Well, I'm gonna go. I have no idea how many people were in here. Do you know?
It says 4 right now.
It says 4.
I think the highest we went was 5 at one point.
See what I'm talking about? No one cares.
Well, we do.
Including me. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm like, we do kind of just ramble on. It's more just fun hanging out.
I feel like this is, at this moment, what I have time for
Right.
as it pertains to YouTube.
Yeah.
You know?
Because there's no editing. She can be part of it. She's not doing anything.
Athena, I'm surprised she didn't have a protective bark off moment like she likes to do.
Oh, I had her passed out on my lap.
She's on that heated blanket.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I hope everyone was here, had a good time listening to us just bullshitting.
Right. This is what we do.
See y'all in a month.
Bye.
Bye.